It's Christmas time, so I figured there has to be at least one Christmas-themed film on this box set. Ah, here it is, Silent Night, Bloody Night, not to be confused with Silent Night, Deadly Night. This movie, released in 1972, stars Patrick O'Neal, James Patterson, the actor, not the writer, and John Carradine. Want to know how many lines he says in this movie? The answer is the same for Mark Hamill's amount of lines he has in The Force Awakens. In fact, they almost make fun of the fact that he says nothing by giving him a bell, like he's Hector from Breaking Bad. Every time he does speak, it's a dub from some growly voice artist, so John Carradine isn't really in this. It's about, well, it's tough to describe the plot. Basically, it rips off Psycho by having a character introduced in the form of Patrick O'Neal's John Carter, who has a girlfriend who's of course years younger than him. They go to a house they've been assigned to sell and get brutally murdered while having sex. It's very horrific, actually. This might be the first movie I've seen on this box set that actually has heavy amounts of blood. Then a completely different character is introduced, who's Jeffrey Butler, the one who owns the house and contacted Patrick O'Neal's character. The movie tries to trick you into thinking it's Jeffrey Butler who's the murderer, while also introducing the weird town folks and leaving the mystery of Jeff's grandfather to be slowly dived into. This movie has still images, strange flashbacks, a disturbing version of Silent Night, and a confusing plot that includes a narration. The beginning of the film establishes Diane Adams as the narrator, leading us into a kooky barrage of random shenanigans that she wasn't even present for. Seriously, I had to watch this movie twice because I got so confused. One second a guy is on fire, the next second there's a town meeting, and then there's a flashback in a mansion that converted into an asylum. There's just many odd choices throughout that I suppose were done to throw off the audience from figuring out the twist, but even when the twist happens, it doesn't make sense. There's a voice that calls people on the phone trying to impersonate Jeff's dead mother, Mary Ann, even though it's clear that this person is in no way Mary Ann. Then the same voice shows up at the climax. Jeff wasn't the murderer, I guess. It's actually his grandfather, who we thought was dead. It's Wilford Butler, who managed to survive attacks and a fiery death, I guess. The characters keep finding these diary notes, figuring out that Wilford Butler raped his own daughter, Mary Ann, meaning Jeff's not only his grandson, but his actual son. Yeah, there's incest in this now. No wonder why Diane kills him at the end. I mean, why on earth was this guy trying to get sympathy, especially when it's a diary that he was the only one who was gonna read it? What? The entire flick makes no sense. The plot would be cool if it was handled by a better director and a better filmmaking team, but it's on a low budget like this, so it doesn't work. You're left confused, but at least it was one of the first films to introduce the slasher genre. Lloyd Kaufman was the producer on this, but it doesn't feel like one of his movies. It just seems like a generic slasher that has a confusing storyline featuring an insane asylum, incest, bird handling, oh yeah, I forgot to mention the birds, and blood. It's weird. Do I recommend it? Well, not really. Plus, it has nothing to do with Christmas. It just takes place on Christmas. Merry Christmas, I guess. Thanks for watching the video. I'm now on Patreon, so if you want to get early access to content, request reviews, or just have your name stapled on the end credits of videos, then go ahead and check it out. Thanks for your support.